Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Code 7, and this is a new shooter that is on the Quest 3 standalone, which is also available on Sidequest VR if you are interested. But this game right here is basically a Call of Duty in VR. Yes, it kind of rivals with ALVO, if you ask me, but to be honest, this game is very, very polished, being made by the small dev team that it is. So we do have several things going on which kind of mimic me, which is really cool. You do have the daily challenges here, which you basically get XP rewards if you actually, win and complete those scenarios, which is really cool. We have seasons that are going on with it. We have not started the first season yet, but it's really cool. You have a ranking system, and you have game modes. So there's Team Deathmatch, there's Domination, there's a free-for-all, there's a search and destroy, and a kill confirmed. So we're going to unhighlight some of these just so you can kind of see how the game modes go along here with just Team Deathmatch. But if you played Call of Duty, you already know how all these game modes work. So pretty cool. I like it so far. There's a bunch of customization going on, which is really, really neat too. As you can see, there's actually a store. So yes, you can buy things from the store if you really want to, which would include characters, weapon charms, weapon skins, things like that. But not a whole lot going on right now since this game is still brand new. You can look at your player. You can change your badges, things like that. So basically, you can totally change your character once you unlock them. There's badges and cards you can actually look at. As you can see, we got a few different heroes here, which you have to purchase from the store. Boy, that music is a little loud. That is for sure. But nonetheless, we got quite a few characters we can look at if you want to. That guy's pretty cool. Kind of gives you a Sam Fisher type vibe to it. You got your badges here. That's kind of just like your Call of Duty banners, which is pretty neat. Nothing too crazy there. Obviously, you have your cards. So, like I said, I really kind of put it along the lines of Call of Duty. But I'm really surprised at how well it runs in VR. So we'll get into that here in just a second. But you also got some achievements, which is really cool. So it definitely adds to some replayability, which is great. You've got your history of what kind of wins and losses you have, which is great. So then we can move into the weapons here. So basically you have your custom loadouts, which is really, really cool. I like that quite a bit. You have a chance to do 3 loadouts once you actually rank up, but you have SMGs, we got P90, a Vector there, M4, that kind of looks like an AUG, we got an AK, but of course they all have their own names for them. Got an LMG, we got some snipers going on, and shotguns. So as you can see on the right-hand side, we have all the types of damage and range and all that, which is cool. We have secondary weapons. We also have a knife, which is great. We have our tactical skills, which is a grenade or a flashbang. We also have like a perk system. And there's definitely several perks here that you can check out. I'll let you look at all those. But basically, you have carried extra ammo, double primary weapons, pretty much the same thing as Call of Duty. And then once again here we have basically like our UAVs and things like that, battlefield perks, which are really cool. And of course, the higher you rank up, the more you can have, and so on and so forth. We could go over to the gunsmith here, and you have optics, which you can pretty much throw on. Barrels you can throw on. It's literally just kind of everything here, which is really, really cool. And as you change out your muzzles and gun stocks and everything in between, You can see it increases your damage and things like that, which is fantastic. Of course, you always have the weapon skins, which, you know, everybody loves for some reason. I personally don't care about it, but there you go. You do have those two. I forgot to show you the gunsmith, but there is that little extra layer there, which is fantastic. So pretty much literally like any Call of Duty game would be, but it really shines in its gameplay. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some things wrong with this game that we're definitely going to go over while we're playing. There's not too many people playing this game at the moment, so if you load into a lobby without people, basically you will be playing against bots, and that's pretty much the case that we're going to have today. Let's go ahead and hop in here, and we'll do a quick play, and this should be a team deathmatch. Like I said, if you're not playing against people, it does launch you into a lobby here with bots, which is definitely what we're going to be playing against here, as you can see. Various types of levels and things like that. Ooh, we got the shopping mall. So this is a good one to pretty much show. You can choose your loadouts here, which is cool. Basically, there's only one or two gripes that I have about this, and you're kind of going to see what's going on here when I'm actually playing. So basically, in order to switch to your grenades, you actually have to hit the B button, and it kind of switches to your grenades, which is kind of feels weird. And then you actually have to hold trigger and release it in order to throw that. But you can see the delay on the grenade is absolutely ridiculous. There's your flashbang. Flash that guy over there, hopefully. But it has a huge delay and a huge radius, which is kind of crazy. So in order to switch back to your gun, you hit B, and now you're ready to ride, basically. Now, the killing and time to kill is really, really good, actually. Headshots definitely do work. I mean, if you put in a headshot, it definitely kills them real quick, as you can see there. Pretty quick on the kills. No doubt about it. But here's my other gripe that we have. You drop the magazine with A, and then it just respawns in your hand. You don't have to grab it from your side or anything, and you just slide it in there and rack it back. There is no, like, manual. I mean, it's kind of like a manual reload, but nothing too major there. You literally just, it just, like, the magazine just appears at you, which is kind of wild. Here we go. So you just drop it, and then it reappears. You slide it in, rack it back. So it's kind of odd. I'd really like to be able to grab the magazine from your side. That would be so much cooler if you ask me. You can see here your shots or how many bullets you have left right near your sights. Little distracting, kind of. It's like in your face a little bit when you're aiming, but it's not terrible. Bots are most definitely not the smartest in the world, but they do and can most definitely kill you. And you got to be careful of them because they definitely spawn behind you real quick. Another thing that's a little wild on this that you see is as soon as you get shot, you actually are like put into this like stun mode where you actually can't move for a second or two. Because you've been shot. As you can see, I'm stuck right now. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, and I got shot from behind. But basically, once you get shot, you're like kind of like in this stun mode. And you can't move. It's a little hard to get used to, but also fairly realistic because you can kind of tell, you know, when you get shot. And obviously, if you get shot, you're going to be stunned for a second. You're not just going to run away. But you kind of got to get out of the mode of playing Call of Duty that, oh, you know, I'm getting shot, I can just run wherever while I'm getting shot. That's not how this game works at all. You definitely get paused for a second, for sure. So that, which isn't terrible, just a little hard to get used to. But I am very, very pleased with how polished this is. Sometimes it's a little odd with how you grip your gun. It feels like it's off a little bit sometimes, especially after you reload. You can see I'm trying to grab it. I had to grab twice there to actually get it. and for some reason, like when I shot, it just completely, like, gun kind of glitched and moved all over the place. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if it's tracking or what, but feels a little funky. So there is a few things that definitely need to be polished here, but overall, the gameplay is pretty dang decent if you ask me. It's not bad at all. Definitely feel pretty good shooting wise. It's fairly accurate. The time to kill is pretty good. And I think if they just fix those one or two things here, it'd be great. Another thing I would definitely like to see is there is definitely no options at the moment for any type of like smooth turning or anything like that. I'll show you here in a sec. There is like a wrist tablet where you can. Oh shoot! I ran out of ammo. Where you can actually like call in a UAV and things like that. We'll see if we can do that right there. So we can Y to select it. Here it is. You know, there's settings right here, but you can't click it or anything. But there is a UAV. You can call that in, and it basically shows up like a UAV. Pretty neat little game. This is the after thing here. You have your scoreboard, your team score, basically your KD and all that. You do have the ranking system, which is pretty cool. I like that because you definitely unlock more weapons, more, you know, things like that. But you also have your weapon XP, just like Call of Duty as well. Like I said, it's really, really fun and entertaining. I definitely like the game quite a bit, but there is a few things that they definitely still need to work on. One of the major things, like I said, I really need smooth turning on a game, and maybe I'm just missing something here, but it didn't look like you could hit anything, and that's the only place I saw that had a settings place or even like a cog or anything. You can't hold down any buttons to pull up any menu or anything like that. So, but really, I'd like to fix just one or two of those things. I really would like magazines to be able to be pulled off your holster, like on your belt, and then put it into your weapon. There is infinite ammo, basically. For the most part, I really have never ran out of ammo on this game, which is kind of crazy. So I think that needs to be kind of fixed a little bit. Definitely add either less ammo or like non-infinite ammo. And like I said, on the gun, it definitely showed like you had a certain amount of rounds, but like I said, I've never ran out of ammo yet, so it's kind of crazy. And I went on like a 24 killing spree, streak, should I say, and it didn't really like, I don't know, I had ammo the whole time, so I don't know if you pick up ammo while you're running or whatnot, but either way, there is that for you. And the smooth turning definitely needs to be a thing. Being stunned is kind of crazy. Like, I don't necessarily think you need to be like stunned in place, but maybe just make it so your movement is slower, because I want to be able to at least move behind a box or something like that. Other than that, I think you definitely have a great game here. Very, very interesting and pretty well polished for the small dev team. But Code 7. Very interesting, worth checking out, worth keeping an eye on. I will definitely be checking in with more updates on this game. So, as always, if you like what you saw, all the links will be in the description below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode.